G'day. Today I'd like to look at biometrics. So, bio, like biography or biology or anything to do. So it's about the person. And metrics. Biometrics. Metrics is a measure. So what we have here is a person being measured, a biometric. Hence the term biometric. Let's clear this page and start looking at different types of biometrics and maybe even look at definitions. So, biometric. Usually biometrics is used in security situations to give access to data. So biometrics is used as the use of a physical human characteristic like a fingerprint or a facial feature or even behavior characteristics such as voice patterns or handwriting to grant access to data. It really appeals to security managers because it's almost impossible to copy this or to steal a person's biometric characteristics. If you lose a key, then a key can be copied, or a swipe card. A swipe card can be copied. But with biometrics, it's impossible just about to copy that individual's characteristics. Now let's look at a few of these different biometrics. So some of the devices are voice recognition, with voice recognition, the device compares a person's speech with a stored voice pattern. So each user trains the computer to recognize his voice. It's a bit like some of the voice software. As well as that, we've got fingerprint recognition too. And we're all familiar with that. Fingerprint recognition has been around for quite a while. So again, we've got bio part, which is the voice, or the bio part, which is the fingerprint, and the metric part, which is the recognition, or the recognition here. It's something that you can see. So the fingerprint typically has a resolution of about 500 dots per inch, so it can detect each small ridge or swirl of the fingerprint. So if you look at someone's fingerprint, usually you've got the finger there, and then you've got these patterns which are created. And each individual has these special patterns. And in fact, what happens is that the device looks at these patterns and compares them. So if the finger's not exactly the same position, you've got problems, but usually the scan image will come up with about 20 of these points. So you'll have this point, this point, this one, 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 that. So you get about 20 points, and these points are unique for each individual. As well as biometrics, you've got hand geometry, where you're using the whole hand. We'll just get a new page here. So as well as that, we've got with biometrics, again, remember, biometric. There's two words coming together. And again, you've got hand geometry. Now these are all physical. And here you've got the hand, which is the bio part, and the geometry, which is the metric part, hand geometry. So the size and layout of the hand is measured, and a hand geometry unit is worth, to buy the unit, it's worth several $1,000s, so people tend to go with finger scans unless it's fairly important security. One of the ones that you might be using fairly soon, if you're not using already, is signature verification. So signature verification is another one of these biometrics. The signature is unique. That's the person. It's not as unique as you'd like, but it's connected to the person, the way they write, their handwriting, the signature, and the verification part is the metric that you use. So there's a stored copy written on a tablet or somewhere at the bank or such, and this has got a little bit more than just the signature. It's also got the amount of pressure that you use as well as the motion for your signature. So people are checked in two ways. Of course, what we've been looking at on this wiki is facial recognition. And facial recognition, again, the face is the bio and the recognition over here. The facial recognition technology recognises about 80 points of the human face, including the distance between the eyes, the chin line, and the depth of one's eye sockets. So it can match a face from a person standing directly in front of the camera or pick them out from a moving crowd. So this is fairly important. It's a preferred identification system for police when identifying people at a large event, such as concerts or football matches or such. And also, as we mentioned elsewhere, they're also using it now, this facial recognition and whole person recognition, to allow people in or out. So there's a chip on your passport which allows it. Another one, which you're all familiar from maybe James Bond films or such, is iris recognition. So iris recognition, again, the iris is the bio part, and the recognition comes afterwards. So the iris is one of the most unique features of the person. So it's believed to be the most accurate biometric system available. The scanner checks up to 247 independent points. So with facial recognition, you're looking at 80. Here, you're looking at a much more, so 247 different spots in the eye. And the iris recognition can be very expensive, and it's really used for sensitive military sites and financial institutions. Okay, cheaper models are also used sometimes with ATMs, and they're coming in, but as yet they're not very common. I haven't seen any myself. So it's only recently that organisations have become more comfortable with biometric technology, but the main concern for users, of course, is the intrusiveness of the technology. In particular, many people currently consider iris scanning to be less acceptable than fingerprint or voice recognition because it focuses on the eyes, even though it uses a camera. So people are a bit worried about that. Okay.